This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing my top picks for Tuesday's main NBA DFS slate. All right, guys, so let's go and get the homework out the way. Please drop a like for me on this video. It really helps out the channel. If you're new to DraftKings Addict, thank you for clicking on my thumbnail. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. And as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know who you love, who you hate on this slate. We have a nice size slate today, so there's going to be a lot of opinions out there. So please drop those comments below. So let's go ahead and break down today's NBA DFS slate. All right, so Draft Dashboard is my tool of choice. Again, very quick, easy, all-in-one research for me. 30-day trial for $1. A link is in the description of this video. And this software continues to add value, guys. Now we have an NBA cheat sheet that will be added to each slate, letting you know what are the top plays. Pretty much it has it broken down by price ranges. So if you want to check it out, 30-day trial, link is in the description of the video. All right, so let's go over to the position optimizer and take a look at each position. So we have a 7 p.m. 8-game slate. For the main slate, we have a 2-game turbo at 8 p.m. and a 2-game night slate at 10:30 p.m. So we're playing the main slate though. So at the top, you got Russell Westbrook at 11.2K. Hadn't really paid off that 11.2K when it comes to fantasy value. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on Westbrook on today, man. Going up against Minnesota, which is a nice matchup for him. But, you know, at 11.2K, I'd rather spend my money somewhere else on today's slate. So next up, though, Steph Curry at 10K. I can do some Steph Curry at 10K. Even though Golden State is favored by like 20 DraftKings points right now. Not DraftKings points, but 20 real life points. Actually, 17 and a half. All right, at home versus New York. But Steph Curry can put up points in a quick, fast, and a hurry. So at 10K, you know, he can drop us 50 real quick. All right, he got 57, 48, 54, and 49, and 53 in his last 5 games. So he's averaging 50 DraftKings points over the last 5 games. So I won't have a whole hell of a lot of Steph Curry, but I will have a little bit of him. So Ben Simmons, this guy's dealing with the upper respiratory infection, similar to what Butler was out for. But they say he's not expected to miss this game. But at 9K, man, he's a little bit pricey. I'd rather just pay down that point guard today. All right, and small forward. So Victor Oladipo, though, I like him at 8.4K, especially since we have a couple of guards that are questionable on Indiana. All right, right now Collinson is a game time decision, and so is the backup, Joseph. So if those two are out, what's the guy's name? I think his name is Aaron Holiday, if I remember correctly. No, Holiday. What is his name? Anyway, he's like the third string guy. All the way at the bottom. Let me see what his name is. That's a shame. See, that just tells you right there. Don't even know his name. There you go. Yeah, Aaron Holiday. And he's 3.1K, so he's going to be the backup. But Oladipo is probably going to get a majority of that run. So this guy, Aaron Holiday, could be a nice 3K punt if those two guards for Indiana are out. But that's a long shot. I just want to let you guys know about that, though. So, but Victor Oladipo, smash spot. Kyle Lowry. Now, me and this guy have a love-hate relationship. But as you can see on this slate, his history versus ATL, 65, 19, 25, 26, and 44 versus ATL. So there's a wide range of outcomes that could happen here. But at 7.7K, coming off a decent game, his first game back from his injury, with 35 DraftKings points in 31 minutes, I'm going to take a shot at Kyle Lowry today, man, at 7.7K versus ATL. One of the best matchups for point guards in the league. So Kyle Lowry, I can't ignore him even though I hate him sometimes. So Darren Fox at 7.2K versus Phoenix. Now this game is actually projected. Oh, they don't have the projections out yet. I guess because Devin Booker is a game time decision. So we're going to keep an eye on that news. Right now, I'm not in love with Fox, so I don't have him in my player pool. But I may come back to him before the day is over. But we also got Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou at 6.8K going up against Charlotte in one of the highest over and under games on the slate at 230 points. I like him. Alrighty. 6.8K come off the bench. This guy could put up 50 points. As you can see, the last time they played Charlotte, he put up 59 DraftKings points versus this team. And before that, he put up 33. So it seems like he has a pretty good chance of paying off that 6.8K salary and getting us at least 5X with a little bit of upside there too. So coming down a little further, if Booker is out, I'm going to be on DeAnthony Melton at 4.1K. He should get some extra running minutes and extra usage versus Sacramento with a 231 point over and under game. But again, that's only if Booker's out. If Booker's in, I'm not going to be on Melton at 4.1K. Jeff Teague, my favorite guard on the slate at 6.5K. Derrick Rose has been ruled out, I believe, already. So we should get plenty of Jeff Teague at point guard, because of Derrick Rose being out. So I heard that Derrick Rose is out, so let's go ahead and roll with that one, man. 6.5K for me. Personally, he's a lock at that price on this slate. Alrighty, so that's all my guards. We already talked about Holiday at the bottom as a 3K punt. Almost min salary punt. At shooting guard, some of my top plays there. We already talked about Steph Curry and Oladipo. Lou Williams, Andrew Wiggins. Alrighty, guys, look at this, man. He came off a 40-point game, 22-point game, and a 39-point game. Now, this is going to be a nice matchup versus OKC, and Minnesota is going to be one of those tight knockout, drag-out fights. And at 6K, with Rose being out, this guy's going to have to step up as far as production goes. And at 6K, I like his chances of making value. He's projected for 31 points right now, but he has an average of 35 DraftKings points versus this team in the past. As you can see right here, 44, 28, and 34. So at 6K, I like Wiggins. Bogdanovich, again, this guy's been hot lately. As you can see, +2 with the Fire, 38 and 42 in the last 2 games. So I like this guy whether or not, either or, if we have Shumpert out. All right, but I like Bogdanovich on this slate, going up against Phoenix, with possibly without their best player on the floor. This guy's playing good heavy minutes, so let me have some of that at 5.9K. He's too cheap. Nicholas Batum, it looks like Jeremy Lamb is going to miss the game due to a hamstring injury. He's been out a couple of games already. Lamb, that is. But Batum, I'm going to take a shot at him, man. Again, this guy is inconsistent as hell. All right, as you can see, his last 5 games, 25, 31, 22, 18, and 26. But he has a positive matchup when it comes to his history versus the Clippers. As you can see, 26, 33, 51, and 48 in his last 4 matchups versus this team. So at 4.7K, I'm going to take a chance at this guy. I think he'll be low on. I don't think a lot of people are going to play him just because, again, he's inconsistent. But I'm a risk taker, so I'll have a couple of shares of Nicholas Batum, just to be honest with you guys, man. So Buddy Hield, this guy's shooting the ball a ton, playing a ton of minutes. He only played 24 in the last game, but the 2 games before that, he played 34 minutes in each and put up 48 and 40 DraftKings points. And at 7.4K in a plus matchup, paced up versus Phoenix in a high over and under game, I like Buddy Hield as well to come in and, again, pay off value for that 7.4K salary. All right. A little bit close to the edge of the pricing, or being overpriced in my opinion, but I'm going to take a couple shots of him. All right, Tyreke Evans, man, strictly a GPP play, especially if those 2 guards are out in Indiana. So keep an eye on that. But as you can see, he scored 42 and 63 versus Cleveland before in the past. I believe Oladipo was out when that happened. But Tyreke Evans, 3.6K coming off the bench or filling in for the guys that are missing that guard. It could be a good play, man. So keep him on your radar, especially if those 2 guards are ruled out. All right. Next up, small forward. Paul George, 10.3K, going up against Minnesota. Whoo. I'm not sure about that one, guys. Drop your comments below. Let me know. Do we play Paul George on an 8-game slate or no? On this 8-game slate or no? As you can see, he's put up 55 and 62 versus this team before. Alrighty, which is not bad for a 10K salary, man. But I don't know if I can pay up for that guy. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. But Kevin Durant, I can pay up for. Versus New York, I know it's a blowout game, but this guy should still get his run, get his minutes, get his rebounds, blocks, and his shots and assists. And so at 10.1K, I think I can be safe to say that we can get at least 48 to 50 DraftKings points from Kevin Durant in this matchup, man. So especially if the game stays even close for any extended amount of time, Durant is gonna do his thing. So I'm gonna have a couple of shares of Durant at 10.1K. Kawhi Leonard, yeah, no thank you. He's up against ATL though. Nah, I don't have him in my player pool, so I'm not gonna even go there. Tobias Harris though, I do like 7.6K again. This Charlotte Clippers game is projected to have 230 point over and under. And the Clippers are a 6-point favorite, and if that's the case, Tobias Harris is going to be a good part of that. So give him to me at 7.6K. He's playing 34-plus minutes, averaging somewhere around 37 DraftKings points with some upside there. So Gallinari, same thing. This guy's been hot lately. As you can see, 23 in the last game, but before that he put up 42 and 36, 35 and 42. So I like him to continue his positive play at home versus Charlotte. I'm at 7.3K. We already talked about those two guys. Josh Jackson, again, going to be a nice play. Pretty much going to be a lock because it's going to be one of the highest owned guys on the slate if Devin Booker misses today's game, which it looks like he is. So at 4.9K, Josh Jackson, like I said, is going to be a highly owned player today. Buddy Hill, we already talked about TJ Warren. That's a guy that I like as well. Again, if Booker is out, the production is going to be spread out, and the other guys on the starting five are going to have to step up. And one of those guys is going to be TJ Warren. Alrighty. So at 7.1K, I like him. As you can see, it's a positive matchup based off his dash rank over here to the side and his history versus his team. He's put up 41 versus them in the past. So I like TJ Warren on this slate. Thad Young. Alrighty. I like Thad Young at 5.9K. Again, has a nice history versus the Cleveland. All right. Averaging somewhere around 32 DraftKings points, as we can see. With 36, 24, 36 in the last 3 games versus this team. And at 5.9K with Miles Turner possibly being out. Right now he's a game time decision. That should mean some extra rebounds and extra run for Mr. Thad Young. All right. So at 5.9K, I will have some Thaddeus Young. Otto Porter. Again, I'm a risk taker, guys. So Otto Porter, as we know, has been very inconsistent. He can put up 43 or he can put up 15. All right, but he's going to play the minutes, and I like him at 5.6K. All right, if you look at his history versus Philly, he scored an average of 36 DraftKings points, which is more than enough for a guy that's 5.6K. And so at 5.6K, give me some Otto Porter at 5.6K. All right, again, I understand that this guy is a risk when it comes to his consistency, but I think it's a good spot in my opinion. So play at your own risk. Alrighty, so we already talked about Tyreke Evans. This Michael Bridges. Alrighty, again, if we have Devin Booker ruled out, he could see some extra run. And at 4.2K, he could be a decent play. So he'll be in my little value pool, so to say. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and talk about our power forward spot. So at power forward, again, we already talked about Kevin Durant, Tobias, Sabonis. All right, if Miles Turner is ruled out, I'm locking in Sabonis. No questions, if, ands, or but versus Cleveland. That's just me. But at 7.4K, the last time these two teams met, the guy, Sabonis played like 23 minutes and put up 35 DraftKings points. So if Miles Turner's out, he's going to play a whole lot more minutes, which means he should be able to produce a whole lot more when it comes to fantasy points. And so he should be able to pay off that 7.4K salary. So I like Sabonis. Draymond Green, New York, 17-point favorite at home. Draymond Green's going to play 30-plus minutes, blow out a knot. And so at 7.2K, I like Draymond Green on this slate. Enough said. As long as him and Cantor don't get into a fist fight and he get ejected, Draymond Green should be able to pay off his salary today. Siakam definitely been playing well lately. As you can see, 31, 45, 30, 45, and 42 in his last 5 games played. And ATL is a great matchup for bigs. All right, Dwayne Dedmon, I believe, is questionable. No, Herter and Dedmon are both questionable. All righty, we already got Prince out, Bazemore out, Plumlee out. So should be easy pickings for Mr. Siakam. All right, Ibaka, you too inconsistent for me. I can't play you. You may go off for 50 DraftKings points today, but I can't play you at 6.4K Ibaka. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take the young cat that's consistent, Mr. Siakam. So we already talked about Josh Jackson, TJ Warren. We talked about already. Paul Millsap. Another one of my risk taker plays, guys. All right, so buyer beware. All right, but this guy here is a high point per minute guy. If you look at his history versus Miami, he's put up 29, 50, 29, and 24. So, again, he's a little inconsistent, but, again, he's a high point per minute guy. So, this guy plays the minutes. If the game stays close, he should get some extra run. And as you can see right now, we have a 209 point over and under, and it's only a 1-point differential between these two teams. So, I like Paul Millsap as, again, I'm a risk taker, guys. Buyer beware. But at 5.8K, I'll take a couple shots at Mr. Millsap. Same thing with Larry Nance. All right, he has a nice history versus this team. Put up 53 DraftKings points and 40 in the last 2 matchups versus this team. I believe Tristan Thompson was out during that time. But, hey, I like Larry Nance on this slate. He has a chance to pop every now and then. If you look at his last 5 games that he's played, Mr. Nance, about 3 or 4 games ago, he put up a 60 burger. So, again, buyer beware, but that's a little risk that I'm willing to take. If you're only playing one lineup today, don't play Nance. But if you're playing 25 lineups or more like I am, I'm going to have some Larry Nance. So we already talked about Otto Porter. All right, so that's all my power forwards at the moment, my top players there. And last but not least, we have the center spot. Whew. Now, this center was a debate right here, guys. So for me, Joel Embiid, I will have a couple shares. I normally love Joel Embiid. But at 11K, I honestly don't feel like I need to pay up for him on this slate. Yeah, he could smash and put up 78 DraftKings points, or he could only put up 50. If you look at his history versus the team, he hasn't really smashed versus them. And at 11K, I'm a little questionable about buying on him, but I'm definitely going to have a couple of shares. But, just know that I'm questionable about him being able to. He should be able to put up 5 times value. But putting up 6, I don't know. Next up, Sabonis, we already talked about. Draymond, we already talked about. Willie, I'm sorry. Nice matchup again. Guys getting consistent minutes. Playing around 30 minutes a game. Gets a plus matchup versus Phoenix. High-paced game. Should be a good game for Mr. Willie Cauley-Stein. He is coming off a back-to-back. But this is a young team. Should be good to go. 6.3K. Doesn't have to do much to pay off their salary. So I like Mr. Cauley-Stein. Enes Kanter been kind of playing like a man possessed over the last couple of games since getting benched, putting up 37, 47, and 39 in his limited number of minutes that he's been playing, somewhere around 25 or 27 on the average. And so versus Golden State in a possible blowout game, he could get some extra run. And again, as long as him and Draymond Green don't get into a fist fight, this guy I think will be able to pay off his value at 5.5K. Just my opinion there. So Enes Kanter, I'm gonna have him in my player pool. All right, go down a little further. Nikola Jokic. Ooh. Yes, Miami, 210 over point game. Not one of the fastest teams in the league, but Jokic has a nice history versus this team, man. Look at it. 51, 52, and 47. Pretty consistent there, in my opinion. All right, at 9.8K, I could definitely get on some Jokic, man. So, if I can get 58 DraftKings points from him, if he get a couple more assists, the 3-pointers, the guy's been rebounding out of his mind. At 9.8K, I definitely can take a shot at Mr. Jokic going up against Whiteside and Bam Adebayo. DeAndre Ayton, nah, I'm not going to go there. No, thank you. And we already talked about these guys. And so that's pretty much all of my my favorite picks right now at this time of recording the video, guys. So after you finish picking all your players and selecting your player pool, you can come over here to the lineup optimizer and let Draft Dashboard optimize you a lineup. As you can see, it just optimized the lineup right here. If I like this lineup, all I have to do is click Save Lineup, and it goes over here into my Save Lineups. Now, if I want to take it a step further and build multiple lineups, I can go to this Mass Lineup Generator, select all the parameters that I want, from randomness to how many unique players, the maximum player exposure, and then I can go from there and generate me 10 to 100 lineups with the Draft Dashboard lineup optimizer. So, all right, so let's go ahead and talk about my favorite plays, quote unquote, on my locks or my core. So when I start my lineups, I'm gonna start with these 5 or 4 players and then build around them. So Jeff Teague is my point guard of choice. All right, Mr. Wiggins as well, shooting guard of choice. If you look at his history versus this team, he scored 44 the last time they met. It's 42 minutes, so it must have been an overtime game. But again, here lately, Wiggins has been playing decent ball, man. 39, 22, 38, and 31. His minutes are consistent. He's playing pretty much a good amount of the game. And again, D Rose should be out today, so that should mean positive run for Mr. Wiggins. Josh Jackson, again, Booker is expected to be out. If this guy gets run at 4.9K, he should be able to put up 35 DraftKings points, which will pay off his salary of 4.9K. Sabonis, if Miles Turner is out, I'm locking in Sabonis. So if Miles Turner is going to play, Sabonis is no longer my lock. But if Miles Turner is out, Sabonis is my lock. Then again, Draymond Green, 7.2K. Last time these two teams met, he put up 40 DraftKings points. I like Draymond Green on this slate to give me a nice, nice amount of DraftKings points from his peripherals, steals, rebounds, blocks, assists, all that good stuff. So those are my core plays, guys. So again, not going to be at every single lineup, but that's what I'm going to start off my lineup with. So like, for instance, I may get rid of Sabonis, go over here and get me some Oladipo. All right. Let's say. All right. Then maybe I go down there, power forward to somebody else. You get the point, guys. So, Go in there and just go ahead and tweak the lineups to your liking. Or like I said, let Draft Dashboard build your lineups for you. So if we go here to see your lineups, now you're going to see it built me 20 lineups. And if I like these lineups, I just check each one that I like and select export selected. And then we'll export to either DraftKings or Fanduel, depending on which one that you're using to build your lineup. So, all right, guys, as you see, it has your projected points right here as well and projected points for each player. So that way you can kind of look at it and decide which lineups you like. But remember that projected points, I've had times where it may be projected for 220 DraftKings points and end up scoring almost 300 because a player like Jamal Crawford may go off of 35 points or something like that. So just know that these are projected points. So, all right, guys, so good luck on today's slate. Again, thank you guys very much for stopping by. Don't forget to tap that like button for me real quick, please. If you're new to the channel, thank you once again. And don't forget to subscribe before you go. And as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know who you love or who you hate. 8-game slate, lots of ways we can chop this up. Please share your comments below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.